It's so funny that you mentioned just Redkin is no one wants to entry. Like, you got so many lurky players on this team. And I remember watching them last year. I was like, guys, please, someone move. Like, it's actually just so horrible watching them. But hopefully, they've learnt their lesson. And while Drop's been dinked immediately, Codzera's also been gushed at a little bit. Ponta will at least open up on the entry, but he's got no support right now.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of rotating presence coming through, and maybe he doesn't need help. He's finding them all in the back of the site. Absolute destruction. He's off for the ace right now. Will find it. He doesn't need no help there. What a statement start. That might just, you know, fit like a glove right into this roster. So excited to see him on this team here, especially if he can succeed. And that'll help out quite a bit. They're dropping, spamming through the smoke. They missed their window smoke as well. So a little bit of this mid control disrupted, and Ponta going to be tested on B again here, getting a full belt of utility sent his way. MP9 smokes effective at dodging out these bullets here, and again, not required this time because he is well staffed on this B site, has help from both Cat and Market. Just lines up nicely because sometimes I think Red Canids roster moves are just so tough to identify, like what the end goal is. And if you pick up Ponta, if you pick up Cowes, I think it addresses a couple of needs here in terms of the roster. So
there's a lot of variation here from Red Canids, because in that previous gun round, Drop immediately fights mid, then you get flashbang support. This time it is Cowes in ladder, Cole's got his AWP with Drop and Ponta. Like, there's a lot of an aggressive style to take middle, and look at that. Just through the combination of grenades.
That they can't find the response. Now left walking wounded back in towards the B side. They're committing more presence towards this B side. As you said, the rotate looking perfect from Coldzera on the scene. Cowes still cutting off Catwalk in a difficult fight for Turtle ahead. Jiggling out, shows his presence, at least gains the info, but he needs to scale up Cat right now for his B players to get a little bit of assistance. Ponta goes down, Turtle finds one as well. Eventually a burn comes through, but Coldzera sharp on the triggers, does only get a single before getting traded. So somehow Bounty Hunters, even in a 4v5 with a decent staffed B site, gain their ground into this here, looking for the retake action now. A little contact play up the catwalk, but no trades available just yet. 8 cheese in hand, but losing held quickly, running out of life left, and Venom Zara taps him out eventually. So the retake successful, at least some ground gain though for Bounty Hunters.
All right, come on then. Let's get back into this. 5-0. Mayen's been chunked down by nade damage. A big fight out mid looms, and Cowes caught off. And Turtle's got his number.
Well, back-to-back success right there on the Cowes here. Again, kind of a point man here for this DT side as well in terms of trying to get active. But Flashbang catches him enough to throw him off here. Drop looking for the equalizer. Stepping forward, smoke spam. Desperately trying to track where Turtle is and does some decent damage at that. But smoked off now once again here, walking out towards this A side. It's left a little bit vulnerable. Connector also a question, and a missed shot from Coldzera ends up toppling him over. So we have stopping momentum here, potentially rolling on out for Red Canids. It's just Drop left in CT spawn, somewhat committed to the idea of trying this retake as his retreat is cut off completely.
I really like this play out of Bounty Hunters, because Red Canids have been really focused on going for middle as a unit. So you see Drop starting to fight in towards ladder. You'd assume, therefore, that Ponta is over towards short. Then you got Venom Zera close towards stairs, ready to swing off of that contact. And that's exactly where they've died, if you take a look. So I really love the way that they play that, because what they do here, Bounty Hunters, they recognize that, okay, Red Canids are always fighting mid pretty proactively as a unit. So we'll take this chance. B hasn't been working. Ponta has been deady anchoring that.
They'll finally spring into action. Another smoke for the bottom of Connector, still giving Cowes the availability to strike here. An incredibly challenging fight ahead for the Opera, but at least translates it into a kill. And more information spotted now. Venom Zera's smoke goes down, running great past it. Meyer needed that entry right there. A trade coming through from Cold's Op, and into the site they go. That's bomb dropped as well. Cold down low, waiting for the Palace peak to come on through. But in the meantime, getting reinforcements arriving through CT as the bomb is still a main. And the time is slowly ticking away. You got to force a fight at some point there. Flashbang avoided somewhat. Good enough to line up a multi-kill. 14 seconds left before the bomb finally is recovered here. Bomb dropped again. Ponta looking to save the round. 2 more introductions into this one here as the bomb being faked. A swing coming on through, but he can't complete the mission. And Zot comes up clutch instead.
That should be promoting rotations to the B bomb site, but instead it's all a fake on A, and Cold Zero is now bitten down on this. He's moved over to help out Venom Zero, and now Cowes has also moved over towards short. Ponta is by himself, and they're just going to completely disrespect the smoke. MP9 versus AK. Ponta wins it out. He needs a multi, or at least to stay alive at the bare minimum, and he can't manage it.
Yeah, it looked like an impossible shot from Turtle right there, but somehow Drop able to knock one out as well. Turtle getting his foot on towards bench right now. The chance to make things happen, but Cow is able to adjust and catch him by surprise this time around. But enough distraction set up right there. The lurking presence getting shut down as well. Util throw from the B side. But no, it's just faking utility towards B. They're hoping that they can sell the rotate. But and looking to try and run it back in the reverse here. Maybe the contact approach is going to work just fine because Turtle is destroying them. Quick on the draw. And that's the sight.
That's the round. You got to save again. Okay, fair enough. I mean, they literally did this last round, but the inverse. As you're highlighting, it's like, okay, well, you expect it. And then Turtle just says, don't worry, guys, I've just double entried. No need to panic. Freaks now push the smoke in towards connector. So a lot of these players are just dead in a moment. Freak will hear this. And he should be able to get both. I don't know how Drop's alive, but he is.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, thank you.
Just took a little HE to put him down right there. Delayed the inevitable, but Red Canids to shut that down.
Oh yeah, we're looking at 8-4 if that doesn't work. Instead, we're potentially got a tied up scoreline. Flashes for Drop. He really wants to take this fight again, and Kaiser is the one that is so wide out middle. Drop and Cowes hit the deck, and for Bounty Hunters, 6-6 looking more like a reality.
They're looking to collapse on middle last ditch ever. This is desperation right now for Red Canids. We'll see if it leads to any success as they fly through middle. Smoke for the molly, but only a single kill to Venom Zera. Poncho trying to collapse as well, but this triggers the B aggression coming through. Side access gained here. Myron might get sidelined, but they'll gather the information that's necessary to lead it over towards A.
If there's one man you want in the clutch, it probably is Cold. However, look at Zoc's angle. Oh, you can't do anything now, mate. This will be 6-6. Just gonna wait for it to happen. 20 seconds left. Bomb plant. Be a round that Cold has to go for at his measly 9 HP. This would be unbelievable, but he's got no kit. He's got no util. He's now just been spotted out by Freak. And no one's peeking him. At least they're giving him respect, but they're also guaranteeing this round win. 10 seconds, the allotted defuse time. He's going to get none of it. Gosh, just swing him. Just fight him.
Tried his best right there, but that is just systematic. He still finds a kill for his troubles, but...
Pistol would go a long way for Bounty Hunters. So a very similar play to what we got. Ouch. Okay, and a very similar result, I guess. It's not Ponta, it's Kaiser, and he actually meets them a lot earlier than Red Canids did, and he's gonna get maybe a 4K. Not quite the ace. He'll take it. That's ridiculous.
Got robbed. No timeouts into this first gun round, just straight into the action here. A bit of a bonus on the other end of the server, so 2 MP9s in the mix versus the full AKs.
I just default in. And look at this. I love this out of Bounty Hunters. Double pushing towards under. Oh, double kill out of Venom Zero. Oh, that's sickening. What a way to come alive.
Oh, that is one hell of an introduction right there to the second half. Solo on the B side will try and claim full control. Gets surprised. A chance here, but not long lasting, as Ponter on the other side of the map will open up that A side fully. Understanding where Freak is. They can coast onto this round here. They're actually looking to hunt quite a bit here, which is interesting. Freak gonna find another exit while he's at it. Shouldn't encourage him for any further retake efforts, I don't think, but still getting encapsulated. He had a lot to gain here if he was able to hold on to this fully, but now put into question is there to wrap him up here. Head spotted from Cow is eventually taken clean off. Is built to introduce itself into tier 1, and expectation going to be set quickly. able to avoid the HEs. Venom's there, 3 sent his way. Only about a quarter of his HP taken down. They still look to set their focus in on up connector. Venom's there, sidelined early this time, straight to the smoke. Drop gonna slide by here, still connects and spots one out, scaling inside a palace here. Repeat coming through though, fearlessness rolling out from the sole defender on this site. Now looking to set up different options. Cow is instant onto Zoc. Still a player tucked inside a palace, and now they're thinking about rerouting this one in towards the B side, and it becomes a race. Cowas has to beat to the punch here. This defender on the site, Turtle, once again bests them. And it leaves them in purgatory now, where they have to route back in towards this A side. It might not be the worst of ideas.
Yeah, this is weird. Like, I'm surprised Freak didn't sort of reset ramp, but I feel like the issue you've got there is if Cowes finds that kill, you're just screwed if you're Bounty Hunters. So Freak just makes the decision to group together. The good news for Bounty Hunters is Red Canids will have no idea that this has happened. There's no nades to flush drop out this corner. Cold Zero's playing a really active role here, and he'll be the one to take all the contacts, drop hopefully the one to close for Red Canids.
Have to be. Here's the healthy player left standing. Drop. Taking the contact right there, but Cold Zero trades available. Now bomb being tapped here, looking for the clutch. Cold does come up big time right there. In the 1v2, able to complete it. Freak falling. Every crosshair turned in the way of middle at the moment. Create some signs of worry right now as it's getting met with force here. And Cow is quick on the troll again, able to transition his kill up connector, but not for anything more. Haunter onto the site there, realizing that there is some chance to claim some ground here, but spam down through the smoke. Another clutch required here for the 2 Zeras. Requiring some attention right now. The detail here. Where do they go next in this 2v4? Where do they break through? They're going to look to take some space right now, but holding up against the pressure, that's a difficult task here. A quick shot in from Venom Zera, but some good motion from Connector keeps Freak alive and distracts him for the players to work up CT. Now just Cold Zera again, 1v3, spots out the first, looking for the second and follows it up. Cold Zera in the flames, can't quite track it, he's burning, but he catches him on the defuse before it's too late. Oh my god, what a clutch from Cold.
Gives a lot of hope for Red Canids, especially with the longevity of this best of 3 spam from Mayan. Not finds anything. Kaiser breaks open the smoke and gets rid of Cowards early.
It's definitely something they needed here, and also the setup looking phenomenal. Kaiser already repositioning effectively to shut this play down, and they're gonna look to brute force it. No, not quite. Maybe drop was the avenue out of this round, but Bounty Hunters fully rotating in towards this B side, still shut down the lurking presence and don't give them any room to breathe at this point. The 5-man lean that quickly translated into a successful B side defense, as well as covering off the mid side. Okay. Just gotta watch Catwalk as well. I mean, this is an incredibly difficult job here for Kaiser alone. This rotate's got to come soon. 25 seconds left. They just smoked connector. This is going to be a B-side finish, and he threads in another kill while he's at it. Just more disruption manufactured here from the op here. On the line for Catwalk as well. Add another one to the tally here. Kaiser all over the map. For his teammates to now get involved is a good sign. Maybe not necessary, though. Another kill coming through from Kaiser. Whips his sidearm out. Good big shot on that AG right there. He wants the ace. He's hunting for the ace. 1 bullet left, and he wants to Cold Zera. Cold Zera. But that's not going to come through. It's going to eventually expire out. Trying to take fights through connector has been something they've been very willing to do. So hoping for that same level. This is a good molly for ladder. Might flush Turtle out to the open. The pre-fire right there. Cowes heat seeking right on a Turtle. Makes him jump. And spams him down for a freebie opener. And there's a follow-up. Posted on top ticket. Patient for the peak from Kaiser. And rewarded with a 5v3 now that they have to complete. There's time left. They can wait this smoke out in A main. It's, I think, since faded right now. And that patience pays off as well.
Okay, I mean, what a round. It's just so slow. And it's one of those where Bounty Hunters are just second-guessing themselves continuously. Zoc has to hold on to the AWP. Cold is posted on his line. And will secure the kill. So Zoc So with him now being in towards mid, you know he's immediately going to rotate. It's just classic what this AWP does. But double short. Can that be the remedy here for Bounty Hunters to force OT? coldzera will find Mayan. Kaiser is still hanging around in window, and he's got to be careful. VenomZero's also dealt with Zog, and whilst there is a trade out of Turtle, he needs a multi.
Oh, can't find it. Cow is with the headshots good, and coldzera, where's he getting these kills from?
Don't know.
Oh my god, he got another one. Is this the new meta right there? Is coldzera the underpass opper? The Undertaker
so
right
ridiculous.
now just sniping him away as the last player coming through there for the finishing blow. Offers up a 13-11. Red Canids close it out right at the finish line.
Train, which is Red Canids' home turf. Bounty Hunters have been struggling on this one a little bit, and they don't really play it, so it's going to be a hard graph for them here.
Yeah, a bounce back effort here coming up. They almost got it done that last map, but that's a good start off. What about 7 or 6 pistol kills here on the CT side for Kaiser? He's doing a whole lot of that on these CT pistol rounds so far, and that trend will continue into train. He finds 2 with the dual Berettas and shuts down the game plan immediately. This is a good start that they need. They want to lift off here on this map.
Yeah, for sure. And now that really just funnels Red Canids in towards B. You've already got the rotate here out of Freak and Mayan. Mayan is really low, but drop is falling to him anyway, so absolutely fine. You take that all day long if you're Bounty Hunters. Mayan is still alive, and no one can kill him. Finally, Ponta answers. Goodness me. He'll even be able to get the bomb. No, he won't. He was nearly able to get the bomb down.
Try and get it out now, but reveals his position at the very least. Multiple players spotted as Cowis tries to thread in some aggression, with a threat coming through Pop now available, and a kill coming through from both Cowis and Ponter. Aggression punished. Myron left under stress right now. The flashes are just so perfectly placed. Ponter not only landing kills to help his team, but also finding that utility in the mix as well.
Yeah, really impressive out of Red Canids. Just the way they all weave in this round and make it just so effortless. Like that felt really simple out of the whole gang. Ponta, as you say, just a driving force in this round, setting his team up by also getting the kills as well. He is taken to life on Red Canids very well indeed, and I'm really impressed just to keep watching him sort of develop in this team. Because as I said on Mirage, wasn't really too sure what to expect out of him, but if this is the consistent output we're going to get out of Ponta, I'm all for it. Sign me up.
Flashes to follow it up. Kaiser, I mean, he's almost sure to fall at this point, unless he lands some crazy collaterals. He does find a couple kills on his way out. VenomZero careful about that bomb. Taking a lot of liberties in identifying the stack here. You're going to call over some help. He is in Z already. Tough to anticipate, but it at least looks like they're aware of this. USP damage done. Follow-up trade coming through out of the MP9. Not a bad start considering the space that was lost.
That's hard. That's really tough if you're Cowes, because Red Canids were just looking to activate on that at a mosey. They weren't looking to immediately accelerate. But now, because Cowes has got all that space, you're just like, okay, we should probably get going. There's that hero rifle getting rid of drop. It's a 3v3. Fake out on the plant by Ponta. Hoping, begging Mayan to peek in. Doesn't happen. Is it going to be a fake, or is it going to be another commitment here? It's going to be the commitment with VenomZero coming over to hold.
Partly impatiently played out right there.
Oh, dear.
Old still got the line with the AWP. VenomZero following it up. Safety could be found. Myron's still in the mix, though. Spotted out now. Challenges increase right now as the Glock pulled out from coldzera. No head Kevlar for Myron. Leads to his demise. coldzera op still looking like it has just the right amount of activity here in some of these rounds as well, which is super promising. Collapse coming through, and VenomZero flash banged up. There's a pressure from Pop. It takes a little while to finally sequence on in, but they've got this upper aggression coming through as well. Hidden member in the mix and drop. Might just be able to throw a wrench in the system here, especially as they lose Ponter. B site is open for the taking right now. It's all about the recognition of this, if necessary, as Cow is opening up new sight lines on towards A as well. Reading into where the next player might be. There's that aggression that Drop was hoping for. Waits so long to finally capture that control. The bomb is still outside of T-Con. coldzera is going to need his teammate to get involved here before it's too late. And finally, that is the case. The reposition quick from Drop. Oh my god!
No.
Oh no, what a whiff.
Oh no.
Go trying to make it happen again. Freak on the edge of the smoke here, but leaving his teammates vulnerable. Zoc still involved as Freak finally shows up. Now they're in a surprising position. Trades coming through. Zoc still on scene. It should be the final bit of security in this round. It does deny the bomb plant. The setup there vastly superior in this go around. And Ponter left with little health left, so he's going to get finished off by Turtle. Comes through just in the right time. Fill up a little bit of that economy. I know VenomZera likes his deagles, so that's why I'm a bit surprised. Either way, full AKs in the mix. Freak again working forward inside the smoke, gets a kill off the back of that, but again it's this vulnerability through upper that becomes a problem. VenomZera misses his chance to strike, though now has to fully commit, and the whole team is involved, and Freak keeps things contained. For another one. Freak solo defense, they're pushed through A main. There's no reason, or there is a reason as to why they're all rotated on over here. They've got all the map control in the world. Bomb dropped and round done and dusted.
That's such an insane round out of Freak. The fact he's able to adjust onto VenomZera, then VenomZera gets a massive jump scare. He just sees all these players. Zoc is thinking, how on earth is Cowes here? But that's just the timing that's been hit by both of them. Cowes, there's no way you can find this 1v5. He'll be out of the realms of his possibility. Now revealed, hey, he's still over by the back of the bomb site. Everyone just swings in tandem.
Nine's in the mix. B-rush in, and this time a little bit more vulnerable. Freak just stays so elusive. So elusive in the back of the site. Can't dodge out on Drop. And the AK pulled out as well. Another one for Drop, making this one impossible. Sticks around to cover more bases, but tagged out eventually here. Needs to be required of Ponter in the mix. VenomZera with the deagle now in hand. Can make things happen. He's sharp, but he's not connecting right now. And running out of health. Needing to find these headshots that just won't come through. And it's soon going to be overwhelmed and overlooked in this clutch. Not going to be allowed to close it out right there. The heroics from Drop. Heavy towards the B side. They've been stacking different parts of the map right now, but coldzera's up. Good sing here, but it's a miss. Missed opportunity to open things up here for this B side that end up at a casualty. Turtle stepping through the lower side as well. Gets his and gets out. So an early victory here, and no reaction just yet out of this T side. Spotting out the amount of presence towards B could speed them up towards A. It's not a bad read, but shut down again. Multiple kills rolling forward here. Drop up by a flash as well as more reinforcements arriving on the scene. This A site well staffed now, no longer weakened up, and no picks available here. How careful are they on the clear? Drop hunting these players down. Gonna look to pre-fire out Freak, but he misses out. Staying elusive is Freak. He's dodging bullets on the defense. Putting it all on the shoulders of Cold, who's low, and Ponter. Gonna struggle to make strides on end. There's a kill from Cold, though. Now activity coming through, but yeah, there's no way to deal with Freak in the back of the site. One trade on in, and a quick exit for Ponter afterwards leads to a 3-9 half. Bounty Hunters looking to give Red Canids.
You can look at this and you can say, okay, Red Canids, we've given you a really big challenge here to try and overcome. Pretty much, you win this pistol, you can have an argument here. You don't win the pistol, we'll then be having a conversation, but the dual Berettas ring off in tandem. VenomZera will get removed, but Cowes is still alive and kicking.
That's what they needed right there. But still has his finger on the whole side of the map. Eventually he's going to actually back out here, which is interesting. Bit of a reposition. You still have a player on B, so that's not a big concern. And now Zoc starting to take some liberties here. Some shots towards the leg start to flare up. And that a distraction could be solved here. Smokes in. You imagine some flash is going to be pretty effective. There they are tossed over, but Canids avoiding the first and second. Full vision, but Zoc still swings for the kill. Now looking to back up a bomb plant here in the mix as well. And there's at least that going for them. Numbers punched in. Zoc can surprise now pushing past the smoke, but that is punished and anticipated by drop. 1v3 for Kaiser. Bought the utility in this round and won't last much longer. This is going to be a bit of a challenge. Very passive setup right now on this A side, so control being granted over as the utility rains on in. Canids with a good kill to lift things off, but the trades start to come through. That's what they needed. Picking up ground here on this A side, forcing drop to take the long way around. Trying to get a boost going, but that just doesn't formulate. Scout shots rattle off here. VODs scaling forward, somehow completes that kill. That's a challenging one and adjust quickly. Now they just need to wait. Drops on a big flank here. Will Kaiser ever become aware here? As time ticks on, knowing where drop once was, will he ever anticipate this here? Doesn't seem likely. Too focused in.
Oh, but Canids has found Zoc.
Pluck went out before this round really gets going, but that is a quick recovery now, and VODs spotted. Still able to complete a kill, but traded out. Freak chases him down. So good at staying alive here, but now it's up to the bomb plant to come on through, and coldzera might have overlooked one. Long range, misses out on a shot through the smoke around it here, but that allows Canids to sneak his way forward. Both CTs incredibly low. Time for Kaiser to come up clutch. 1v2, catches Canids on a reload here. Into the op scope, still finds a shot. And Canids making noise on the dismount right there, puts him in the air, flying into this fight. Tough headshot as Canids tries to stay elusive and lands the kill.
How?
The chase down from Kaiser does not go his way. 1 HP, 1 shot away from death. I have to imagine there's some utility to get past this early contact. There's a jump peek. Hurdle. Maybe taking some contact there, spotting out the AWP. Reposition from Cold is quick. Now on the line towards T-Con, misses his shot. That puts him in the danger zone. He's able to recover his aim in time, though. That is too many targets on his screen. Still looking to get wrapped up right now. The progress is slow moving, and there's 9 seconds left for a bomb plant. Savior from Canids not going to come through. The bomb plant inside the smoke. Lost in the sauce is VODs. And now it puts the pressure on Ponter. Smoke gonna fade soon, and he lands the headshot to back it up. Kaiser with another opportunity. Missed out on it early on in this half here. Gonna close out this time around. 4 kills in the clutch. Coming through here for Kaiser.
How on earth has he not found the kill? Where else is the guy gonna be?
I don't know. VODs surprise is all get out here, but now surprising aggression coming through from Zoc, flying through the smoke and the mollies to get some ground into this round here. Catching one around the smoke as well for Turtle is good. Motion in towards this A side is looking successful so far, and burning in the flames. No way out for drop, but he goes down swinging, and so will Cold. Fighting through the pain right there, fighting through the adversity. The one opportunity they had to get on the board here. We'll see if they can make it happen. There's the same lineup from Turtle. Will he do the same jump across there? The smoke is in. There it is, spotting out the AWP, this time out follow-up molly and continued aggression. Smoke is still in order of T-Con. If Zoc drops, this round is up in the air. He has got to create some space, but he has to continue to wait this smoke out. How is bested though? Zoc gets the important frag. Time ticking and the kills start to drop here. Still Zoc needs to transition the bomb, but everyone watching, everyone waiting, playing coverage here. Disruption thrown in from Ponter, but so low in health and finished off. So win through elimination as Bounty Hunters are able to replicate that same exact round that they won.
These players on the A bomb site are just not finding the kills when it matters, and as a result, Bounty Hunters can take the risk. They can leave it right until the last possible moment. It works out so beautifully. And here again, they're going to run right back what they attempted to do previously, which is a little bit faster, a little bit in towards this A bomb site. Canids, the spam's really good. Oh, it's even better. Mayan's brought down low. coldzera and Ponter are also finding kills. And Ponter is in the back lines. Kaiser is able to grab one, but that's the bomb dropped. And yet again, Kaiser is thrown into a 2v1 clutch. At least the bomb gets scooped, and the digits can be punched in, but a retake for Red Canids to make all things even once more. Oh, no. And he's able to get the first. Now Kaiser's being really mobile. He's anticipating that both the Zeras would be together. Kaiser's got the right read. Venom Zera is now just lost. Just looking for him completely. That means that Venom Zera has to peek into Kaiser. And he plays it absolutely perfectly. No money for Red Canids. No map point for Red Canids. And Bounty Hunters can close this in reg. And again, look at this out of Turtle. This is so quick. Oh, round the corner. Flashbang, brilliant. Cowards removed, and Turtle is just destroying them. Pokes his head, out his shell, even finds a third. And this surely is game, set, match on train.
Unbelievable. Turtle doing it again. This T-side activity from him as well, carrying forward. Now drop. Not ready to call things quits just yet, but it's not going to last too long here. Myron with the finishing blow right there for Bounty Hunters to take us into Nuke. This decider required in between these two teams. A little bit of extra assistance. DT side a bit willing to concede this ground though. I mean, good news is there's some rotation through the lower side. It's not completely vacant, but T side gaining some traction here. Ponter forced to retreat, falling way back, giving over control of control, and now allowing for them to take space and dominate this map control here. It's going to be a tough way back in, but it is Ponter, the point man on the aggression, that's able to build up a foothold back into this retake. Venom Zera also on the scene, looking to help out his teammate here with the crossfires. Kawes trades out his teammate, and into the site they go to continue to fight, but they're a little bit disrupted. Ponter the one that pulls things back from the brink and manages to make it happen.
And that was just a little dribble, a little fake out. And now the outside smokes. Oh, they're trying to really pull the wool over Red Canids' eyes, and it's worked. This MP9 gets completely isolated. Freak has now found Kawes as he ascends the vent, and Ponter can't do anything. So all it is a little tiny fake, then led with the double outside smokes, and it works out brilliantly.
Yeah, they had such little utility to get that level of map manipulation out of the Red Canids, forcing them to shake up so much.
And they're already going to be rotating in time, and one of these rotations is Venom Zero on the rifle.
We get established towards the lower side, but that is a hefty fight. Venom Zero scares him off, but only good for a single. Great comes through with efficiency, and now the rest of the players start to fall. Sock down incredibly low. Still scaling. Threatening a presence down towards this lower site. Still keeps two in tow. Now the motion goes through mini. Weakened up here. Ponter now going to be smoked off with just a USP. The heroics seem unlikely. Walking past the smoke. Is it covered? It is. Kaiser has all the bases covered now. Bomb gets planted in the molly. Going to keep them outside looking in. 2 AKs might be worth the save, but they do have a kit. Drop's hanging out in heaven.
Oh.
We know that people have to get far away from the bomb here, but he steps forward pretty quickly.
Wow. I was going to say
maybe it's going to be a late defuse.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be a little bit weirder for Bounty Hunters, because the way that Ponter plays that, it's almost like he's come up through the vent, and he's come through that smoke, right? And obviously he's showed his life because he's only on a USP. But I thought Kawes was going to be able to play there and get a lot more out of main, because they would have been a lot more underprepared. Mayan was in such a bad spot to the point where...
Third smoke here, joining the fray there. Allowing for Sock to lurk through. It's tagged down a little bit, 25 chunked off and spotted. Kawes unrelenting with his spam. He even whips out the sidearm to secure that kill, 4v5. And the following is dropping the footsteps of the remaining members on Bounty Hunters lurking about towards this outer yard. He's going to gather so much information now, spotting everyone. How much can he gather out of this position? The lineup is good, but nothing. Not a single kill. The rotates coming through, but nothing out of drop is devastating here. Now Ponter, and the question, he's able to complete 2 that were started, and maybe that's enough. Maybe the damage is good enough as Kaiser is left just nullified here and stuck in control.
Oh, that was a disaster, but it's okay because Ponta's able to get 2 kills, and coldzera just maneuvers perfectly to mop up the pieces. But that was... This all actually falls apart if the main player just gets dealt with. Wally's good. Canids. Oh, full blind. There you go. That's the way in. What a flashbang that is. Venom Zero is now potentially going to be overwhelmed. He can only find one. It has to be cold at the back of the bomb site. And it needs to also be drop. And both of those things happen at exactly the same time, which leaves it all up to this AWP. Crisis temporarily averted for Red Canids. And I feel like coldzera has just caught a whiff of Kaiser.
Graphic jam there on his escape, but hard work done from Red Canids to win. Save confirmed here.
Bounty hunters to be able to gain and garner that space. And it's one that they look to question again. Smoke goes in, they're just going to burst. It's going to run all the way through, but Ponta this time is able to get the opening frag. Traded immediately by Mayan, and the foot race to B begins again.
They go in onto the site there. Cow is already being able to beat them in transition. Very sharp rotate there from Cowes, but that does open up your idea that, hey, maybe we can work through mini. That's denied. But now Cowes gives you that sense of security there, but coldzera cuts it off, and defense building even more success now. Repositions looking fantastic for the idea. Last-ditch effort here from Bounty Hunters. Off angle held, hut contained by drop. This is a challenge to break through. But Freak taking the right angle of approach right now. Gonna have to sacrifice and swing with confidence there. Goes for the heaven peak instead. It does shake Drop's position up though. Just wait 1 second there. Kaiser on the scene. HE dunked down. Can't quite plant the bomb just yet. Doesn't feel confident enough to do so. Could at least catch Drop in this motion. 10 seconds left and blinded up. It's coldzera that saves his life there towards the tail end for Red Canids to keep 3 up.
They're giving themselves all the opportunities so consistently. They are making Bounty Hunters' life hell.
There's some big entries right there. Again, trying to topple up the early aggression. There's some burning damage being taken right there. Venom's here going to grab some more utility just to toss it down again. They've thrown the disruption in, but now being able to catch one by surprise. There's Zoc flushing even more information into the picture. As they wait patiently, they have to start scaling, and this allows Ponter to try and wrap this round up in a flank. Kaiser seems like he's aware of an idea of this flank, but still has to move past it. The smoke is still up and cold, still on the scene. That actually leads Ponter rotating towards the ramp side, trying to beat them on rotation, but they're going to actually get there first here. Freak and Kaiser both on the scene. Molly to actually force Kaiser into the open. Getting a visual there. Throws his aim off as Freak takes the first point of contact. Now 1v2 here for coldzera.
It's going to be really difficult, isn't it? This is what was needed. Just a little spicy A-hit. Then rotating round in towards the vents. Completely outmaneuvering Red Canids.
There's always room for more. Hate on the CT incendiary change. As you said, opportunity kind of missed out on right there. Red Canids, despite a strong start. Well, what about another one? Oh, Ponter. A little bit of util out there cost him his life. No, not the end of the world with a couple of picks elsewhere, but this is open sight lines towards the B side of the map. They'll gain that access here. Able to take some ground here free of charge so far, but Cowes and Drop both on the scene, gonna make bomb planting a huge challenge. Freak just bailing them out by catching Cowes pushing the smoke. That's a crazy move.
It's so unnecessary when you've already got dropped down here, you know? Like, it's ridiculous the fact that you think that's a good idea. Because now you've completely broken any idea of potentially winning this. Drop now waits patiently. Door swings open. Guys, they've not planted the bomb. He then shuts it back in the face. Bomb now starts to be committed. It's only a fake. And this now will be the commitment. You know they're in towards single. You can just wait patiently for single or double.
So many bizarre decisions here, but the continued aggression continues to get punished. Freak just posted, waiting for the play to come to him, and he is right in doing so. 2 kills. Rolling on out, and they don't know where Kaiser is. Elevated in a position to secure this one. And Drop not interested in turning that corner. Time too far ticked. Gonna route away from this round. 3 kills.
The fact that they can make this 6-6 on the T side of Nuke would be amazing. Absolutely amazing.
What is going on here in this one? They got rotates down towards the lower side. This line of smokes. Turtle, aware of every possibility on the smoke fade sidelines. One, but Venom Zera still on the scene. He's getting wrapped up from all directions, but somehow keeps the site safe. Blank also a problem right now through the heavens as he's got no support, and Ponter can't make a case to support on this site from heaven, from many, from all directions. Now Ponter finally gonna fly up the vents. He doesn't make it up and has to wait it out here. Now bomb being planted. Safety here for Zoc, but he just helps out his teammate in support. Still doesn't matter though, as Cold Zera and Cows, they will strike in unison right there. And Red Canids getting the information that could just be the gut punch, but Venom Zera remains elusive, looking to surprise. Kind of jumps Zoc back into the position of vents here. Couple pop shots sent in the way here, but now manages to threat a kill into the Cold Zera. Traded out quickly. Now the vents point of contact is cut off, and now I mean, all you have to do really is wait. Venom Zera is on a masterful flank, timing it to perfection, and Kaiser gonna be none the wiser as the flank eventually comes through. Out of ammo there is all of it spent on the kill, and it takes a bit, but it gets the job done. It is not pretty.
Yeah, he got him. He got him.
Easy.
Ramp dead, guys, he says confidently after taking 20 bullets to lock in the kill.
Got a little bit of armor and pistol upgrades for freaking Turtle, so I guess that's it. Gonna lead to maybe a better purchase in the next round. Those expectations kind of comes a demand of results. Got some good crosshair placement from Ponter. Lets the play come to him, but he loses his teammate, and a flank comes through. There's a huge gap. Cold Zera, I guess, not covering fully. And now there's guns to be recovered. 2 Galils picked up. Drop takes the timing, though.
Cowards needs this kill. Cowards really needed that kill. That's everything. Because that probably keeps the Heaven player busy. So now Drop can molly him. This is nice. Cold Zera is still on this lurk. Timing! Oh, he adjusts. That's everything. Cowards has been removed in the meantime. 2 versus 2. But you know where both of these players are.
Standing. Going up the vents, so this is still an incredibly challenging clutch right now. Bomb planted. Front silo for Squeaky. They make their drop on in. Sock looking to fly into this clutch. Elevated above here. Flashman goes out here. Multiple of them, and it's perfectly placed to isolate this duel for Drop. Falls into safety. Is going to take the contact right now. Round converted. Kill converted there from Cold on the outro. Trying to escape the bomb blast here now.
Trying to be a little bit more proactive. In towards this A bomb site. Are they going to start to push towards lobby? This is dangerous and this is scary.
Collapse comes through there. A 1-for-1 trade. Ponter able to punish Kaiser, but Turtle answers quickly on back. But while they're preoccupied right now, always takes the timing down in towards the lower side. Gets through secret. Catches one with utility out there, and Turtle never gets a chance to toss that molly in. Drops to the floor as Cows rushes into the fray. Door swung wide open, and a tough fight ahead from Sock. Exposed and traded quickly. Drop close behind him. Answers the call. Still another player here in Freak available to join the forces, but he's concerned about the lurking presence right now. Cold's still on the server. Venom Zera's still on the server. They think someone is lurking about. The panic sets in. The paranoia leads to a save.
Nuke is not a good map for bounty hunters whatsoever, and they are being schooled on it by Red Canids.
Great luck there with Turtle. Managed to make a difficult fight work in his favor. Doesn't lead to any pause in the action, though. They're still seemingly ready to explode on towards this A side through mini as well. Cow is waiting for the smokes that were tossed in by drop. Got a chance to work through here. The smoke being blown open, but Cows comes out on top somehow. Know the weakness on that A side. Relieved by the trade. Myron's still on the scene. Caught with utility. Ponter able to sneak by here, but still has such a surprising element right now. And able to survive for a little while longer as Turtle.
Wow.
Is that on the ladder? Before bounty hunters get suspicious. They're still waiting to execute right now. Finally, that utility comes on through, but there's a third help here on the scene, and great coverage from Myron keeps his opera safe and sound, and no scope coming through out of Kaiser as well. Whatever tool necessary to lock down this defense, it's just cold. Throwing that utility on in, but no access granted right there. The entry's not available. Time was in question.
He's able just to hit that shot. 11-7. This hero AK has garnered a lot of space here towards the ramp room for Red Canids. A bomb plant feels like it's an absolute necessity, and it feels like it's going to happen unless Turtle can deny something. They're scaling really far into a single door, and Turtle says thank you very much. Between him and Mayan, they should be able to clean this up unless Cold goes insane. 2 quick kills. And maybe in the 2v3, they'll be given the space to plant.
Or they dropped in to pick up a gun, actually. There you go. You can go grab one potentially trying to play alongside Cold. Guys are stuck in the vents right now. Waiting for any activity. Waiting for the motion out of Cold that finally comes through. But Cold jumping. Is Kaiser left in waiting right now. Bomb planted for them. Smoke on top of it. Spam starting to connect. Damage done, but they got to continue that spam. They got to continue to fire away. And the lineup is good. Drop in Cold. Fire up in unison right there. A kill apiece. They've shown so much resiliency. That's a story we could talk about all day, but Red Canids might just be a task too tall for them. Some of the stars align right now. Opening pick from Cowas. Crowbarring his way through the outer yard. Another one clotheslining Turtle. Ponter looking to put a finisher on this one as well. And a 5v2 erupts instantly on series point for bounty hunters. Hey, maybe this is exactly what they need, though. They're grouped up in ramp here. They find the kills to back it up. It might not matter. Last player spotted. Cold Zera going for the finishing blow. Doesn't find it just yet. More chip damage done, but Myron, I mean, put it in the realm of possibility with that kill. Still a 1v3 ahead of him.
So tough, isn't it? I mean, look, he's got a defuse kit, but he's now been spotted and also heard in towards heaven. Ponter is feeling the brunt of his util, and the spray is windy, but drop will at least convert. And you got Cow as it was going to flank in towards heaven. Red Canids manage it. They're going to go on. They're going to play DSG in the winners match.